Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching this truth to you, I say Shalom. This is Amatazah from the Chicago camp coming back at you again with another lesson entitled Epstein Regime. The Epstein Regime. So, I wanted to do a lesson about the Epstein regime because Iran is signaling to the world that Trump and his administration are vile and corrupt, schmetophiles, and rapists. All right. And they're using the military conflict to distract the people from their disgusting perversions. Okay. All right. Now, this may be true, in fact, to a certain extent. But the Lord is bringing all of this about. Okay, so although on the one hand, yes, they're trying to hide um, their wickedness. Okay, but at the same time, this war has to happen. Okay, so the military conflict has to continue to go forward. This is Jeremiah 49:10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not." All over the earth, the whole world is waking up to the true identities of these Edomites, exactly who they really are, especially when you're talking about Amalek. Okay. Uh, uh, and what's the name? Benjamin, not a Jew, as Elder Malcolm would like to call him. All right, so everybody finding out, B.B. Milkowski, everybody finding out that these people um, are perpetrators. Okay, they're fake, and then also with these Epstein files, they're going into the wickedness and the witchcraft and the perversion. Okay, regular people don't talk about cannibalism, and it wouldn't need to be mentioned more than 52 times in a document and emails. Okay, no one's just having conversations using the word cannibalism. Okay, this is Nahum 3:6. "And I will cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock." Okay, the Lord said He's gonna cast abominable filth upon them and make them a gazing stock. Okay, something to be looked at. Habakkuk 2:16. "Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." All right, so you had one person who was considered unidentified, um, who described, uh, you know, basically the sacrifice of babies. But this ain't the first time. You've heard other people um, talk about this. Okay, these type of things, and of course he had no proof. All right, and so they said, oh, they could just stop the investigation right there. But just because he doesn't have proof, hey, he said what he saw, and it's too, where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, you wouldn't. Why would you believe this pedophile anyway? This is Job 30:8. It says, "They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth." Okay, the things that these people are doing, okay, are viler than the earth. The rest of the earth is looking at them like, what? So the Iranians using this term, the Epstein regime, for American leadership, they're drawing attention to all these hurtful, wicked works. Okay, so the world can be reminded of who exactly they are. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 12:3. Okay, it says, "For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children, and devourers of man's flesh, and the feast of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that kill their own with their own hands, souls destitute of help." Okay, so back in their lots. Okay, the men of the Lord are back in their lots. All right, and just as these wicked men on the left hand side are back in their lots. All right, they were wicked, practicing witchcraft. All right, and all sorts of cannibalism and sex magic. That's what they're doing. That's what all this is. This is Daniel 4:17. "This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the basis of men." All right, and that basis of men is Esau Edom. He's the lowest. Okay, when you go into that base, that word base is going into low. He is the lowest of men on the earth. This is Job 9:24. It says, "The earth is giving into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" All right. So the earth is underneath the power and the hand of Esau Edom. And that was given to him by the Lord, Yahweh. So it's not by chance. It's not an accident. Okay. The Lord lifted up this demon. Okay. And allowed him to uh, fly aircrafts and split atoms and these you know all this knowledge, okay, and wisdom that he put on this devil so he can destroy himself. Okay, Second Ezra 6:9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it." Okay, and that world is talking about the age. Okay, the end of an age. Proverbs 21:1. "The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will." So all of this confusion, everything that's happening, okay, or what you think is confusion, all right, with all of this evil, okay, the Lord is in complete control. There's nothing happening outside of the Lord's control, all right, because he put it in their hearts to fulfill his will. All right, he gave this devil the knowledge to split atoms just so he can destroy this place. Okay, so it can be renewed. All right, this is Revelation 17:17. It says, "For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill His will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled." All right, so it's the Lord. All right, that controls the king's hearts. Okay, he's the one that put it in these devils' mind. All right, to do all of this foolishness that they're doing, and it's okay. All right, it is perfectly okay. Hey, guess what? There's nothing we can do about it, regardless. All right, so we got to let the Lord, all right, do His work and do what He has purposed in His heart. All right, to bring about that judgment. All right, um, it was that in Ezra it talks about how can that good come unless the earth be turned upside down. Okay, unless that soil be turned upside down, how can the good come? What's the good? The kingdom. All right. So this has been Epstein Regime, just a spotlight on Esau Edom. All right, and who he is, and Iran, uh, along with other countries, okay, have woken up. All right, and calling a spade, right? Calling it is what it is, okay? The Epstein regime. I pray that this lesson has been edifying. Until the next one, shalom.